Okay, we're going to start now. Yeah. So, hi Hans.
Hi, Gloria. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Um,
Okay,
so
so
the
today
case of,
we are what?
the case is the Andreessen Horowitz.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is interesting because we are going to see about the venture capital for
Mm-hmm.
company. We always review cases of the other side, right? Of the ones who want the venture capital money, but now we are going to see a venture capital firm.
Yeah,
Okay, so
this
you
is
can
really,
start. Huh?
this is very interesting. I really like this case just because maybe one day I want to have something like this because I
Yeah.
love like I don't know like I like when people start new businesses, but I feel like my something that I really like is helping others. So I love helping others to start new businesses. Like, so I thought it was very interesting the motivation that these guys had to start this business. Okay,
Mm.
so it's a ask a student to offer an opening prayer. Do you want that I will I will do the opening prayer. I will offer it.
Okay.
Okay. Our dear Heavenly Father, thank thee for this day and for the opportunity to study this case and be able to learn about this. We ask thee for a blessing to be able to have a clear mind and heart to be able to learn more and to be able to share what the insights that we have had and um, we ask thee for a blessing to be able to learn in the best way, to be able to be prepared to serve others. And all of these we say in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Gloria. Okay. Well, maybe I can share something spiritual. So yesterday we had I don't know how to say, a conference for young single adults with undercook in my state. It was for the states of Lima Central, Peru mission.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. So, um, well, the way he did the conference was interesting, but the insight that I gained, the most one was that you don't need to let doubts go in your way. So just always exercise faith and put aside your doubts, because and always remember who you are as a children of God. That was interesting. And I think in these times when with a lot of agitation, it is common to always have fears and have doubts in our faith and maybe in our abilities or in the things that we want to pursue. But I think that if we exercise faith, knowing who we are, uh, we can reach a lot of things, um, because that's what we are supposed to do here on earth. Okay, so that's all.
Thank you for sharing this. Okay. It's a here. So far, we have learned to evaluate business models of startups. Today, we will examine the business model decision of a startup in a mature industry. As a group, begin by discussing the following questions. Was the venture capital industry attractive for a 16Z to enter in 2009? Yep, I think it was very interesting
You
because
there? Oh, wow, it's interesting. I haven't I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you.
at the
It
question.
is, yeah. I don't know why.
Okay,
No,
uh,
like
do
10
you
seconds.
want do you want that I will repeat it?
No, but I am looking at this. So, okay, so the first questions you were reading, the
Yeah.
first question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is was the VC industry attractive for A16Z to enter the in 2009. It depends on your approach. If you want to approach this industry with the same business model of your competence, then it is not going to be attractive because you are going to go and maybe play small because uh, you will need to gain fame, reputation, etc. And it will be so hard. But if you have the approach to enter and make a disruption with a brand new business model, I think this would be very interesting.
Yeah, you're right. And something that was super good is that they had a
Yeah.
new value proposition, and it was very attractive because they didn't only offer to the entrepreneurs some partners with experience. They provide like to a big group of professionals to work with these entrepreneurs and help them to be autosufficient, teaching them how to
Mhm.
do the things in the best way to get success. They were not only going to resolve their issues, they were going to teach them to be sustainable in the time, like in the future, right?
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
Mhm.
I think it is interesting. Um, the expectations that they have with the new business model, right?
Mhm. Yeah. So here there
My
is
God.
a question. It's a what was the competition like at the time?
At the time,
Yeah. How was the competition?
well, it was a mature industry, as the questions stated. So, like with the same business model, there are firms that have years, so they have recognition, etc. And so as we said, like it would be a thought competition if you only look for just do the same as them, right? That's what I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah, that's right. And I feel like the competitors they didn't understand very well to the entrepreneurs. Like, and they were not in the shoes of these entrepreneurs because some of them maybe they have done they like work in big companies and they have been they have experience in different topics, so maybe they were not entrepreneurs as Andreessen and Horowitz were. And also something that is interesting that there was in one part of the case, I'd say that when you were trying to get funding from a VC, uh, the VCs they used to say, "Hey, when you are going to get a new CEO?" And they were like, the entrepreneurs they were like, "I don't need a new CEO. I can do it for myself." But these VC they believe that the people that these entrepreneurs they didn't have all the skills that they were required to manage
I don't know
a new
why I am not hearing you so well. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
don't worry, I'm here. Can you listen to me now?
Sorry, Gloria. I
Can you listen to me now?
yeah, I can listen to you. I don't know what is
Okay,
huh?
so what I was saying about the competitors,
Mhm.
well, what was the competition like at that time? Is that they didn't understand very well to the entrepreneurs. So, and it in different parts of the case, it said that the entrepreneurs were not happy with the service that they were receiving from the VCs, And
Mhm.
also one of the things that they had to be in front of it was that they when they used to get funding from these VCs, they used to say, when are you going to get a new CEO? And they were like, I don't need a new CEO, I can manage for myself my business, right? But the VCs, they didn't believe, and many
Yeah.
of them were going to have the required skills to manage the new
Mhm.
businesses. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. It's
Okay.
interesting.
Um, what was the typical fate of new entrants in this industry? And also, why was this so? What were the trends in VC fund performance during this time?
What was the
I
last
think
question?
it's a what was the typical fate of new entrants in this industry? Why was this so? What
Mhm.
were the trends in VC fund performance during this time? I,
Okay.
I
Are
think,
you there?
yeah, I'm here. Can you listen to me?
I can listen to you. Mm.
There.
Okay, go ahead. You were about to say something. I remember.
Yeah, I think that in page number 4, when it's talking about the venture capital industry overview, it said that the crafting a winning model was going to be challenging because the industry trends were very difficult. Like, um, venture capital had delivered poor returns for more than a decade, and it was said that there was many signs of an industry contraction. By other way, there was some studies that said like or reports, for example, one from Ernst& Young that used to say that this kind of trend was going to persist. So how this kind of business were going to be a benefit for me, like a new entrepreneur want to have a venture capital. And also that something that was hard or difficult, I think that there were many, as you said, there was a mature industry. So the entrepreneurs, they want to be with the VCs that were very settled down, like that had a very successful brand name fund,
Hmm.
and because this was going to offer them like consolidation, like they were going to offer them like, okay, they are going to be able to help us not only in a short term or a medium term, but also in a long term.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And the next question is about why is with all the entrenched incumbents and catch 20 seconds, what silver lining did that 16 see? How how did they plan to success this difficult environment? Okay, I don't know what
I,
22 they are referring.
yeah, me too. I was like, I don't know if it is about the 20 employers or the 20 universities, because it is kind of pretty confusing this question. Mm, maybe if we look at the question, we can be clear.
Mhm. When they talk about the
Line.
silver the silver lining, maybe they are talking about this the silverback gorilla that is in page 7 and page 8.
Oh no, the silverback silverback gorilla, it is uh okay, like when it says general partners, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, general partner, limited partners. It's silverback gorilla. It is lomo plateado. It is in Spanish. It refers to an alpha male.
Oh, okay.
Like it says, I had previously considered venture capital and had crossed it off my list. VC firms are surprisingly hierarchical. In many firms, there is a silverback gorilla with other folks picking fleas off of him. So it is like there is always someone who is commanding, right? Commanding everything. So that's what they are trying to approach with silverback gorilla.
Um, okay, okay. So now it makes sense. When they say the catch 22s, they are referring to the people that they were working. Like because after they are asking about what Silver Lining did at 16C. So it's talking about that they offer a new concept of business, like a new model through reducing, like, well, not reducing a lot, but reducing like the number of partners that they were going to have and
Yeah,
hiring.
people, right?
Yep. Hmm.
Yep, I remember. Hmm. Interesting.
And they were going to hire like more people to be able to give more expertise, experience, skills to the entrepreneurs and to be able to teach them,
Hmm.
to be able to help them to be prepared for all the situations that they were going to be in front of.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember.
Okay. Why is a 16 specifically targeting first-time technical confounder?
Where is it?
It
Can you
said,
repeat it?
why is this VC, o sea, this venture capital specifically targeting first-time technical confounders?
Okay. Mm. So it is addressing the thing that the old-fashioned venture capitals want a CEO that was not a technical co-founder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they are targeting them because they think can be a CEO and can be in share and in charge of the company and can do a better performance overall than the companies where the venture capital suggests that they need to change the CEOs. I don't know if that makes sense or if that addresses the question.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. And also, why is targeting first-time technical co-founders? Because I think that they want somebody that was very technical because this person was going to be in the board of the new startup or the new business. So it's better to have somebody with a good background and with the knowledge that this organization was going to need, right? Giving advice in this board, that somebody that's going to that somebody that doesn't have the enough knowledge in the industry or enough technical skills in this industry, right? So
Mhm.
who are you going to prefer to give you advice? Like somebody that has experience or somebody that doesn't have?
Somebody that has experience, of course.
Yeah, that's the reason why they were targeting first-time technical confounders.
Yeah.
And how has the cost of tech startups impact the VC industry? How has it impacted the need of for technical co-founders to raise capital. Do these trends apply to other sectors such as life science or clean tech?
Okay, so I think that is in page 4. Um,
Hans?
yeah, I am here.
Okay.
So it says in page 4 that several developments were disrupting the VC industry. The cost of launching an internet business has dropped dramatically. So that the technology in the internet or in the internet business dramatically. So the cost, it is cheaper. It is getting cheaper, or it was getting cheaper. So that's why some people postpone seeking a Series A investment. So I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So it changed a lot. Um, but I think this change cannot impact too much but so because in the clean what the like um, the other industries that are but you I can see the questions right now, that's why because
Okay. It says
the other sectors, do you remember? um Life sciences and clean tech. Okay, sciences, there are not like in cost that in the internet industry. So I think it will affect the venture capital industry, but not in internet businesses, but not that much in life technical um, and the other industries that we are
mhm.
talking about. Hmm.
Okay. There is the other question for
Hmm.
to end question number 3 that said, what choices do technical founders have for financing that they didn't have a decade before? Okay.
Okay,
Mm, I think, well,
it it says it says here that comparing sources of seed and early stage funding, including angel groups, incubators, and crowdfunding, were becoming increasingly popular. So, because the drop of the internet business costs, uh, instead of for me, for example, if I want to have a internet business, instead of going to raise capital to VC industry, I can go to angel groups, to incubators, and to crowdfunding. So I think those are the kind of sources that I didn't have in a decade ago.
yeah, that's right. Yep. Good answer. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Um, okay, number 4. It says venture capital firms compete on their ability to search big win. How does a 16 business model influence these abilities compared to other VC firms? Think of search as the ability to get founders to come in the door seeking money. How does the way A16 treats its founders differ from the way a traditional VC treats them? Will this increase, decrease, or have no effect on the number of potential deals a 16 sees compared to the competition?
Oh,
Hmm. Okay. Um,
okay, so let's go by parts.
okay.
Yeah. Um, how does A16's business model influence these abilities compared to other VC firms? Okay, so think of source as the ability to get founders to come in the door seeking money. Okay, so we want as a VC firm to founders to come to our doors and look for money, right? To ask for money, right?
Mm-hmm.
How so because we want people to come and seek for money to our doors, we need to have a differentiation, right? So how does the way A16 treats its founder differ from the way traditional VCs treats them? Okay, I think they have more respect and more um, um, how do you say it? And give more feedback and have more technical support to the founders of a startup. That differs a lot from the traditional VC that wants the people to go in their own and sometimes suggest like change the co-founder for another CEO or things like that. So they do not show that respect that this A16Z shows.
Hey, right.
That,
Like, mm-hmm. That makes a big difference. Hey, the other question is how will this change if 16 begins to fire CEOs because they are not performing well? Will this increase, decrease, or have no effect on the number of potential deals 16 sees compared to the competition? Well, for sure, I think that it will be a big issue. Like there, maybe it will be a decrease of the.
yes, because they are going to do the same as the competitors. So
Uh huh.
different.
Yeah,
But
one of their value
why?
differences we're going we're going to disappear if they do that. um okay, the other question says like how does the operating team help A16 search pick win? Does it increase the odds of getting more high quality deal flow? If so, why? Does it affect a 16 ability to pick winners? Does it actually have any impact on the odds of success for a 16 portfolio companies? If so, how? If not, why do you think that?
What do you think about that?
Okay. Um, well, um, as they said, like they have to take the right decision to get success, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there was a part that said you have to search the very best deals, high potential ventures whose founder will allow you to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that they didn't they were not going to go there just okay, I'm going to invest in this organization. They had a previous evaluation, they have a previous planning, and they need to knew well or enough to be able to invest. And in this way, they were working with this big team that they had to evaluate well to these companies before to have a deal with them. So they were going to be able to pick the right opportunities from the pool. Mhm.
Interesting.
And okay,
Okay.
now that
So
tell me,
that's number five.
yeah, put yourself in the shoes of Andreessen and Horowitz. You must decide whether or not to seek to double your assets under management. Voted as a group, the decision must be unanimous. Consider the following as you decide. How many portfolios companies can one general partner reasonably support? Well, how many? It depends on his time. It depends on his experience, his background, his skills, and the desire that he has right now to be part of.
Yeah, I know. And it says, are there any economies of scale in this business? I don't know if it addressed the other economies in other countries, as they were thinking that they could go to another markets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm, it says you will have to hire more operating team people. If so, will the partners actually make more money for doubling their assets, or will all of the additional profits go to hire more people?
We have
Hmm.
I think the best idea is to invest in hiring more people. If you hire more people, because they had to take, they were between some decisions, like for example, to be in another
Market
industries,
or
yeah,
in other market?
in another market, sorry, and also, or if to grow geographically. But like during the
Yeah.
case when I was reading, I felt like, or what I could see is that they really like to be focused in Silicon Valley because they have the expertise of the companies that work there had. So mm, if they invest in in hiring more people, they are going to be able maybe to be prepared in other markets and in a soon future to be able to reapply what they are doing right now in other parts of the world.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking something similar when I was reviewing because I like the idea to diversify their investment in but IT, like technology information, but or TI. But I was thinking that maybe they could be specialized on this sector, that is the technology
Hans, I cannot listen to you.
but maybe me, Gloria.
Yeah, I'm here. I was not able to listen to you very well.
Okay, okay. So can you hear me now, Gloria?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, what I was saying, they can do is grow geographically, but stay focusing on the the information technology, internet business, in this kind of businesses, right? Not
Yeah.
going to other industries, but going to other countries. Why? Because this is like a phenomenon that is growing in all the world, and there are a lot of money and a lot of business to do around the world. So they can move and go for China, for example, or for India, or other countries that have entrepreneurial backgrounds in IT and technology information, and can do that.
Yeah, I I really thought the same that you at the beginning. I really thought, yeah, they should grow up like first geographically because they have a knowledge, a good knowledge right now. Why they don't go just go far away and in like in China, India, I don't know, and they just reapply what they are doing, and of course taking account like the new situations. But in some part of the lecture said that there was a high risk if you don't have like the realities of these other places, and they didn't have
Oh
the
yeah, that's another.
and they didn't have the enough knowledge. But at the same time, they don't have enough knowledge right now in other markets. So um,
Yeah, I know, but what I am trying to think or to say is that okay, in both choices, they have like the dilemma that they do not know much about. But right now, what makes a lot of profit is the internet based industry, right?
mhm,
Uh, so, for example, imagine you are in China, yeah, and I know that the environment, the circumstances, the laws will be different, but the entrepreneurs always are there with good ideas in their countries. But the only thing that they have, that they do not have is money. Like for example, here in Peru, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, but they go and play small. They can't play big because they do not have because here there are not VCs firms or they are not well known. The only thing that you can do here, for example, in Peru, is go to the bank, right? And you have a loan with, with a high rate of interest and go by yourself, right? What people do, and they have a little or a small business, but they can create big businesses because the ones that do that are only the corporations have enough people to do that because they are not venture capital ones here. That's why uh, we can create the average people with good ideas can go and play big.
yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're
Yeah. So I think like for because the laws for you to be to go with a venture company to like to raise an entrepreneurial business, but people cannot do that because they do not have an angel or a venture capital.
uh,
That's why.
so now, to end, can you help us to summarize what we were
I
talking
don't
about?
I think it will be I will feel safer if you go out with this for this time, and I will do the summary in the synopsis one.
Okay.
Can it be a good one? Yep.
Yeah. Well, we think that this venture capital, it's a really good idea of business, because they show us like a new model. They show a value difference, and our recommendation is that they should decide accelerating its growth through investing in having more people, but also through being in another countries, showing like the expertise that they already have in information technology. Maybe in the
Mhm.
future they can invest also in including clean tech or biotech in their knowledge, because something that in the future is going to grow up, but something that right now it's very important, well, is information technology that has a big market around all the world. uh, what else? A16 rapidly gained a strong reputation for providing advice and context value for entrepreneurs. VCs frequently remove technical founders from the CEO's role because they felt that the founders didn't understand sales, marketing, organization buildings, and lack a personal network to tackle such tasks. But like it said in the case, Andreessen and Horowitz, they knew that many successful technologies companies like Dell, Amazon, Intel, Microsoft, Motorola, All of these companies have been run by their respective founders for many years. They knew that these people know very well and have all the desires that their own companies will be able to have success. So they had also this desire to be able to invest in these CEOs. Um, we think that Andreessen and Horowitz as venture capital was in an attractive industry to enter in 2009. There was a need for entrepreneurs that there was not satisfied for the actual VC. There were many competitors, yes, but they were offering to work with the founders as CEOs and not reject them in the position as other venture capital did. That's our conclusion. That's the summary. Thank you.
Thank you very much.